because I know a lot of families out there are making camper vans. So whatever you do, do not use Danish oil in your camper van build, especially if you've got young children. It can bring on asthma. Hello, my name's Mel, welcome to my world, and for those of you that are new to my channel, it's all about self-built DIY camper vans and camper van related stuff. So if that's something that interests you, then please do consider subscribing to my channel. Now today I want to talk about the paint that I've used in this van, because so many people have asked me to make this video. So this video is just for you guys. Now before I talk about the actual paint, I want to have a quick word about VOCs. Now I made a video all about VOCs, volatile organic compounds. Bad stuff, real terrible stuff. I'll put a link up here for that video, and I'll go into it in quite a lot of detail in that video, so I won't go into too much detail in this video. But basically, volatile organic compounds are really bad for you, and different types of paint have different levels of VOCs within them. And VOCs is basically a solvent. It's a solvent that evaporates, makes paint dry basically. Now some paint products like Danish oil, now Danish oil is really bad for you, especially in a confined space like this, because Danish oil is really high in VOCs, up to 50% in fact, and it can take up to 20 years for those VOCs to off-gas. And if you've got young children, the last thing you want to do is expose them to high VOCs. That's why I'm just trying to make this point early in this video, because I know a lot of families out there are making camper vans. So whatever you do, do not use Danish oil in your camper van build, especially if you've got young children. It can bring on asthma. Right, so the health and safety warning out of the way. Let's talk about me wood. Let's start from the top and work our way down. So for the ceiling, for this lovely beautiful wood stain, I simply used wood dye. Now this is Jacobean dark oak, and this is what I used on here, but I only did, I think, 2 layers. I did 2 coats of this, and then to give it this nice finish, semi-glossy finish, because this won't do that on its own, it'd be just completely matte, I used normal satin wood varnish, and this is interior wood varnish. Do not use yacht varnish inside your van, because yacht varnish is really high in VOCs again, but interior wood varnish, and this is water based, as you can see, low in VOCs. It's only 0.03% to 7.99%, so maximum is around about 8% VOCs. Interior wood varnish, do not use yacht varnish, because it will smell for years. And again, the wood dye is, again, it's water based, so it's maximum 8% VOCs in that as well. So that's the ceiling covered. Now let's talk about the white gloss. This isn't any old ordinary white gloss paint. This is high sheen quick dry gloss, right? I've got to say, I was a bit dubious whether this would be any good or not, because it was quite cheap, but I'm really pleased how this has turned out. It's got a nice sheen to it, and it looks like I'm going to be able to wipe anything off. If anything gets splashed on it, it looks like it's going to be wipeable, which is really nice. Now the good thing is, the really good thing is, it is minimum VOCs. It's got the green label. This is like the holy grail of VOCs, right? It's very minimum, and I must say, hardly smelt at all when I was painting this. Really impressed with this stuff. If you're going to do any white in your van, I highly recommend this. This isn't a paid promotion, by the way. This is just me talking about my experience with this stuff. And again, this is available from B&Q's. Now be very careful when you're looking for this. Have a good look at this label, because there are 2 different types. This is quick dry, low odour, use on interior wood and metal. Alright, low odour. There's 2 different types. There's another one that says, I think it says non-drip, but the non-drip is very high in VOCs. So check, just keep an eye on that, right? Please trust me on this. Be careful when you're buying this stuff. I have 2 different types, and the tins do look very, very similar. Hold the phone, look what I just found. This is the one you don't want to buy. Not inside, not if you're using inside your van anyway. I don't recommend you use this inside your van, and I'll show you why. Now look at the difference. Look at the labels look very, very similar, all but one label. On the back of this one, it says minimum VOCs, minimum. This is our holy grail of VOCs, right? This one, this is the bad boy, the brown label. It says high in VOCs. This label should be a lot bigger, I think, because it is in fact, the amount of VOCs in this is 29% to 50%. 50% VOCs, that's the same as Danish oil. That's exactly the same as red oxide primer, in fact. And I did make a video all about this. Make sure you check that video out. Whereas this one, the minimum, the green label, the amount of VOCs in this, 0.29%. You can tell I'm passionate about this, and the reason I'm passionate about it is because when I was a child, I did suffer from asthma, and I didn't suffer from asthma until I actually started going camping, and that's what brought my asthma on. So I do speak from personal experience. Right now for the blues, this is what you all want to know, right? The blue cupboards. What paint did I use for the blue cupboards? Well, I did kind of mess up when I did this. I made a little bit of a mistake, and you'll thank me for this later on. Right, so the light blue, let's start with the light blue. That's a flat matte Monaco. There you go. And this is furniture paint, and it's velvety smooth paint. Apparently it's velvety smooth, even though it's on wood. I've got to say, it don't feel that smooth. Maybe that's me, I didn't sand it down enough, but I didn't want to sand it down too much because I wanted that grain to pop still. And again, this is very low, or low in VOCs, so 10 quid a tin. Yeah, very good stuff. Now this is where I went wrong. Right? For the light blue, I went to the posh part of B&Q where you can pick a paint and they mix it for you, and you get one of these little chits and you take it to the lady behind the counter who smiles very nicely and mixes the paint for you. And this was Down in the Nile. I don't know if you can read that, it's very tiny, but it's called Down in the Nile. It is a really nice colour. I mean, the camera don't really do it justice. So the lady mixes the paint for you, very nice, smiles nicely, hands you your tin of paint. You then go to the checkout, and this is where you get kicked in the nuts, because this is £26 a tin. £26 as opposed to a tenner. Alright, you get a little bit more, not a lot more, but that's why I've used it so much in this van. Like my cupboards, my kitchen cupboard, the back of it, I've used it as much as I can because I wanted to try and use it all up. £26, not happy. But good thing is, it's also very low in VOCs. So there you are. Now the other thing is, what did I actually use to apply the paint? Just in case anyone's going to ask, I used my favourite brush. This one brush has done the whole van, and also this one roller. A bit stiff now, but believe it or not, I use this roller for all the kitchen and the sides as well, and above my fireplace. Yeah, it's done well. Look how clean it is. See, this is the good thing about low VOCs, because they are water based and you can rinse it out really easily. Now, talking about my kitchen, another question that comes up quite often and quite frequent is what my work surface is made of. Now, my worktop is pretty much just that. It's a piece of pine worktop. I think they call it furniture board in Wickes. Now, it's available in various lengths, but the downside is, well, not really a downside for me, I've chose it in particular because of this, because it is only 40mm wide, and it's not very wide at all. I'll just show you what I mean. Yeah, it's a little bit under 40, actually it's under 40mm, just under 40mm wide, which means it's probably not wide enough or deep enough to get a Dometic sink or anything like that in there. It's just not going to be deep enough, but I chose it for this reason. It's because I wanted my gangway to be as wide as possible, which makes my doors as wide as possible, so I can get underneath my bed where all my storage is, especially on a rainy day. I don't want to be opening my back doors to get under the bed. I can access my underbed storage from inside, which is a little tip for you, because you don't want to be going outside to get stuff from under your bed when it's raining, because if you do that, your bed's going to get wet basically. So that's why I've got a really narrow worktop, and also it's treated with the same stuff as I treated my ceiling. It's just basically that dark wood oak dark oak dye with varnish over the top. I do need to put another coat of varnish on it because I've been using it. It's kind of worn it away. It's not really hard wearing, that varnish, but it's okay. I can just put another coat on it, it's not a problem. Well, there you go. If you like this video, if you found it entertaining, mildly informative, then please do give me the thumbs up. And don't forget, if you are new to my channel, please do consider subscribing, and by subscribing to my channel you help me feed a cat, and I've got two and they're both hungry. Thanks for watching. Ta-ra for now.